Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We have the Cooper S crankshaft on the bench. This is part of the Cooper S project. There's a link to the playlist. Now what we're going to talk about today are thrust washers, specifically checking the size and then what to do if you need a custom size. So the story behind this crankshaft, for those of you who don't know, the crankshaft was worn and had been reground. However, the thrust surface in here did not receive grinding on the last regrind. And someone had fitted a set of thrust washers that were custom ground, but the surface was all rough. So I had to have this surface refinished to give me a very nice, smooth, flat surface to work from. Therefore, I need to now check the dimension of between these two thrust surfaces to determine the sizing of my thrust washers. So let me go through the process of checking the dimensions, and then we'll go through discussing what you need to do. Now, I have a new set of 30 over thrust washers here in front of me, because I know that I need to custom grind these from the 30 over sizes, but we'll just discuss how to measure this and what to do about it. So let's get started with measuring this gap first, and then we'll start measuring the main cap, and then we'll discuss how to figure out what size the thrust washers need to be. So how exactly do we measure this gap? Well, there are multiple ways of doing it. You can use a telescoping bore gauge like this, come in here, tighten it up, pull it out, and then measure it with a micrometer. That'll give you a dimension. Do that 5 or 6 times and you get a rough idea of what the dimension is. Also, you want to check it in multiple places, make sure it is actually parallel, this gap. Alternatively, you can use a bore gauge such as this with the correct tip adjusted so that when you come in here and take a measurement, you can then set your dial indicator to read to 0, if I can get it to show here properly. Once you've got this adjusted for 0, then you know that when you put the jaws of the micrometer against the dial of bore gauge here and tighten it down until it reads 0, that will give you the dimension as well. The third way, which might be simpler, is to simply set the crank on some bearings in the block and then shove it back and forth, and that'll tell you the total amount of travel, and that'll give you the size of the gap in relation to the main cap. But either way, we need to know what this dimension is first. Second part of this process is we need to measure the cap. We need to measure the space here, this dimension. And I like to measure it in multiple places. Interestingly enough, this cap actually is 1,000th wider here than it is down here. So it's important to pay attention to those dimensions. Also want to measure the block, make sure the block has the same dimensions so we know what we're working with. Now, once we have those dimensions, we can then figure out the difference between this, which is the minimum, this, which is the maximum. That'll give us a gap space. And that gap space we need to fill with thrust washers as well as a bit of clearance. And the factory specification for crank thrust is between, I'd say, 1.5 to 5 thousandths of total thrust. And I'm going to aim for 3 thousandths. So we'll go ahead and show the maths in a minute. But that's the plan. Now, again, this was custom ground, so I don't know exactly what the dimension is, but I do know that I will have to be grinding these thrust washers to suit. Now, when I say grinding, I'm not talking about the nice shiny copper side. I'm talking about the steel side back here. This steel side is the side that you're going to sacrifice to the engine gods to make sure that you have the correct clearance, because this is the sacrificial side for doing that task. The copper side is the side that faces the crankshaft, so you don't want to remove any material from the copper side at all. Just pay attention to that. Anyway, let's go over to the maths so we can show you what the maths look like. So what I've gone ahead and drawn out on the left here is this is the crankshaft, this is the bearing cap. Now, the inner dimension of the crank thrust face to thrust face measured 1.216 inches. The inner part of the bearing cap where the thrust washers live, this surface here, measured to be 1 inch and a thou. So we need to know the space between the outer and the inner. So we take 1.216, we subtract 1 inch from it, and we get 0.215 thousandths of an inch. That's the net gap. That's the space available for the thrust washers and the clearance. Now, we take away 3 thousandths of an inch because that's the space we needed, and we're left with 0.212 thousandths of an inch for the thrust washers. I call it thrust space. The standard size for the 30 thousandths thrust washers is a 0.122 of an inch. Now, there are 2 of them, so the total space they occupy is 0.244 of an inch. We should take that number, subtract the available thrust space, and we get 0.32 thousandths of an inch. So 0.32 thousandths of an inch needs to be removed from the thrust washers total, or another way to look at it is if you divide it by 2, you have 16 thousandths of an inch to be removed from the thrust washers. Or another way to look at that is to write it as a 0.106 thrust washer thickness to give a 3 thousandths clearance. So now that we've done that, we know our target thrust washer size. What we'll do is a bit of a grinding operation on the thrust washers, and then once that's been accomplished, then I'll go ahead and test fit the thrust washers to the crank, and we'll go ahead and remeasure the clearance once it's been fitted. But let me take you over to the drill press, and I'll show you the grinding setup that I've got set up for this operation here and how it works. So here I am doing a little bit of grinding work on these thrust washers. As we just saw, I need to take out about, it was between 15 and 17 thou out of these thrust washers. So I'm just going to do this in one fell swoop with the grinding setup here, and we should have the correct thrust clearance once we're done. With the grinding operation having been done, I've gone ahead and measured 106, 105 and a half over here. So, that way of grinding things isn't 100% perfect. A proper, machine shop grinder would have been a better choice, but this is what I have, and I'm able to get really close. And if I need to take any more material off, I can just hand finish this on a lapping surface and just take off a little bit, because I don't know exactly if 106 is going to be accurate or not, depending on this casting surface finish. But we're going to start with 106 and go from there. So what I need to do now is I need to take these thrust washers, fit them to the, fit them to the block, fit the caps, and then we'll go ahead and measure the crankshaft thrust using a dial indicator on here to check how much thrust there really is with these. And of course, if there's insufficient thrust, then I'll go ahead and have to modify these thrust washers a little further. But that should at least give you an idea of what goes into measuring the thrust and figuring out what you need to do if you need to have custom thrust washers. Not every engine build needs custom thrust washers. It just happens to be that this particular engine build needs custom thrust washers, so I had to go through the extra effort in order to provide the correct amount of thrust for this build. So let's go out to the engine and we'll fit the crank, do a quick check, see what the dial indicator says, and just find out what we need to do next. Because if it says 3 thousandths of an inch, great. If not, I'll need to do a little bit more work. Now, I do know from measuring this cap that it's about 1 thousandth of an inch wider here. So I might have to take a little bit more off my thrust washers to compensate for this slightly thicker part here. But, like I said, no big deal. I can do it by hand with some, sandpaper and a lapping surface or something like that. But again, I haven't touched the copper face. I've only touched the backside. And that's the key when dealing with custom thrust washers, is just work on the backside of the thrust washer. So now what I want to do is check the thrust washers. These are the ones that I custom ground. So I'm going to fit them in. Again, copper side faces the crank. So I'm just going to slip them in and rotate them around. And I will refit the main cap so that we can do the measurement. And hopefully I took off enough. If I didn't, I can always take off more, but we'll see once we get the measurement. Now, to do the final measurement of the thrust, I'm going to use a dial indicator. I'm going to set it up on this end so we can measure the crank thrust, but let me get the rest of these fitted and I'll show you the process of measuring the thrust. So I've got the dial indicator hooked up to measure off the end of the crank, and I've pushed the crank this way and I've torqued up the main cap. So if I put a small pry bar in here, and again, I'm just giving it just a light nudge away from the dial indicator, we can see that I have set the indicator to read about 0. Now, if I come in here and I push the crankshaft towards the dial indicator, we'll find out what our thrust clearance is. And as we can see, we are about 1.5 thou. So that means that I need to further grind down these thrust washers to give me more clearance, because 1.5 is not enough. I was shooting for 3, so I need to go a little further on these thrust washers. But this is why we need to double check in the fitted position to see what the crank gives when it's all assembled, because variation differences in these caps and the block castings has actually reduced the amount of clearance that I thought I was going to have by quite a bit. So we need to take out at least 1.5 thou out of these thrust washers to give me the clearance that I want. So let's go back inside and take care of that. So I've gone ahead and polished those thrust washers just a little bit, and I've once again set the dial indicator to read 0. when I push the crank this way. So when I push it this way, we'll see what the thrust washer reading is. So dial indicator reading 0 while the crank is being pushed on in one direction. So if I push it on it the other way, we can see we get a maximum of about 3, which is pretty much where I would like it to be. So I think I'm pretty good with my thrust washers at this point. So hopefully you guys found that episode interesting and useful. I know I talked a little bit about kind of everything on the bottom end here, but it's very important to double check your sizes. And once again, I was really just double checking my crank grinder did exactly what I asked for, and that's exactly what I have seen. And obviously setting up the thrust washers, that's also equally important as well. And since these were custom size, this took some extra fiddling to get it to be set up right. But I'm really pleased with the 3 thou clearance that is reading over there. So with that having been completed, I can now move on to doing the cam bearing install, and then work on just fitting the pistons and rods and things. I do need to do the piston ring measurements, and I'll do that in another episode. But for now, we're just going to leave it here at this point. And if you guys have any questions or comments, let me know down below. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.